Many house fires start because of bad electrical wiring or heating equipment.
But homes in our area without heat or electricity, like abandoned homes, are also at a high risk of catching fire. News 8's Alec Giannakopoulos is live outside a home that caught fire earlier this week.
Mike and Martha, the properties on this 300 block of Rose Street, like the one behind me, was because of a fire early Wednesday morning. The fire damaged a shed in the background and a neighboring property, and that was backyard. However, nobody was injured, and no one officially lives in this home. Condemned properties like the one behind me can still, though, cause a significant fire risk, even though there's no running heat or electricity. Early Wednesday, in the span of 15 minutes, this old north side home was almost engulfed in flames.
As we walk around to the north end of the property here,
The La Crosse Fire Department has seen homes like this catch fire before.
you'll start to get a better idea as to where the fire actually occurred.
The home has been condemned for several years after the person living in it died, but it wasn't empty.
Are they truly a vacant structure, or are we dealing with people breaking into them to do illegal activities?
The cause of this fire is still under investigation, but Fire Chief Ken Gilliam saw signs of people trespassing in the home for shelter and possibly more.
As we got into it, quite a few hypodermic needles, a lot of garbage, so evidence that people had been using that house for things other than it was intended for.
The longer condemned houses are empty, the more likely someone is living inside for shelter and trying to stay warm.
They're going to heat it with some source, typically a live fire.
As the property sits for a longer period of time, it does become a higher risk.
Despite the risk, the fire department can't clear out these properties easily.
If we just go through and tear a property down and there is a lien holder or an interest holder on that property, then they can turn back and then file suit against the city.
Buildings like these need to be cleared through all possible owners before tearing them down.
Going through the court systems and through these processes can take months, sometimes years.
Wednesday morning's fire damaged this property enough to potentially speed up the process to having the building razed.
This property is now fall into that category because of the extent of fire damage that we had to the property.
But other long condemned properties are a fire risk, especially in the winter. This property is all boarded up so no one can enter, but not all properties can be. That's because a lot of condemned homes in the area have intents to be either rebuilt or renovated, and you can't add boards that would damage the structure of a building to private property. The only time you can add boards to prevent someone from coming into a property is when it's damaged thoroughly and beyond repair, and that's what we saw Wednesday morning with the fire. Mike and Martha?
Thanks so much, Alec. And fire officials also pointed out there are between 20 and 25 of these condemned homes in the city limits. So if you know of a condemned home and notice someone moving in or suspicious activity, the fire department wants you to call them or the police to try to prevent more fires like this one.